Shadow English like a pro. Boost confidence and fluency for total beginners. Build wealth from zero. 6 proven assets that create real riches. The mindset shift. Wealth begins before money exists. Money is not the beginning. Money is the result. Wealth always starts in the mind long before it appears in the bank account. Many people want to get rich, but very few are willing to think like the rich do. That is the first barrier. Not lack of opportunity, not lack of education, not lack of talent, but lack of the right mindset. You do not need to be born rich to become rich. You do not need luck. You do not need perfect timing. You do not need a high salary. You need something deeper, stronger, and completely under your control. You need a mindset that builds wealth over time, not a mindset that spends everything the moment money arrives. Most people grow up learning how to work for money, but they never learn how to make money work for them. They learn how to earn, but they do not learn how to build. They learn how to save a little, but they never learn how to multiply. Wealth is not luck. Wealth is a skill. Wealth is a mindset. Wealth is a long-term game. If you are starting from zero, that is not a weakness. That is not a disadvantage. That is a clean page, a fresh start, a powerful beginning. Many self-made millionaires began exactly where you are, with nothing. They used what they had. They learned. They grew. They built step by step. You can do the same. Why mindset matters more than money. People who fail with money do not fail because they are stupid. They fail because they repeat the same habits. They work hard, they earn income, they spend it, then they work again. They repeat this cycle for years. Nothing changes. No growth, no assets, no leverage. But wealthy people think differently. They do not ask, how do I earn more money today? Instead, they ask, how do I create something that continues earning money even when I stop working? There is a big difference between income and wealth. Income is temporary. Income stops when you stop working. Wealth continues. Wealth grows. Wealth compounds. Wealth multiplies without your constant effort. That is why the mindset shift is the foundation of everything that follows. Before building assets, you must build thinking. Before growth becomes external, it must become internal. The scarcity mindset versus the wealth mindset. There are 2 common mindsets in the world. The first is the scarcity mindset. The second is the wealth mindset. A scarcity mindset says, there is never enough. I cannot afford that. Money is hard to earn. Rich people are lucky. Success is for someone else. A wealth mindset says, there are endless opportunities. How can I afford that? Money is a tool. I can learn the skills I need. Success is possible if I build it.
2 people can look at the same situation and see 2 completely different realities. A person with a scarcity mindset sees risk, fear, and loss. A person with a wealth mindset sees possibility, growth, and learning. Your mindset determines how you act. How you act determines what you build. What you build determines the life you live. The power of long-term thinking. Most people make decisions based on emotions and urgency. They choose comfort now instead of growth later. They avoid difficulty because it feels painful. They avoid risk because it feels unsafe. But wealthy people think long-term. They do not choose what feels good today. They choose what builds a better tomorrow. They understand a simple truth. Small actions repeated consistently over years can create massive results. One saved dollar becomes many dollars. One skill can open many doors. One asset can create income forever. Time becomes the most powerful force in wealth building. Time turns small seeds into strong trees. Time multiplies effort. Time rewards patience. When you think long-term, every decision changes. You spend differently. You learn differently. You work differently. You use time differently. Your future becomes the focus, not the quick reward, not the short pleasure. Wealth is patience multiplied by action. Responsibility, the turning point. There is a moment in every wealth-building journey that changes everything. It happens when you stop blaming others for your situation. Not the government, not the job market, not your childhood, not your boss, not the economy. When you say, "My life is my responsibility," you unlock power. Responsibility gives you control. Control allows change. Change creates progress. When you stop waiting for help, opportunities appear. When you stop expecting someone to save you, you begin saving yourself. When you stop believing the world owes you something, you start building what you deserve. That is the mindset shift that separates dreamers from doers. Learning, your first asset. Before you build external wealth, you must build internal wealth. Skills, knowledge, experience, understanding. These are invisible assets. You cannot touch them, you cannot see them, but they are worth more than gold. A person with no skills loses everything when money disappears. A person with skills can rebuild again and again. Learning is how you rise from zero. Learning is how you create value. Learning is how you become someone people pay for. You do not need to know everything today. You only need to know more than yesterday. Read books, watch experts, practice skills. Learn the language of money. Learn the habits of wealth. Learn the patterns of success. Learning is the first step. Action is the second. Consistency is what makes both powerful.
Belief, the fuel of progress. You will face doubt. You will face fear. You will hear voices that say, "It will not work." Some voices will come from others. Some will come from inside you. Doubt is normal. Fear is normal. Uncertainty is normal. But belief must be stronger. You must believe in your ability to learn, to adapt, to grow, to change. Without belief, effort feels pointless. Without belief, goals feel too far. Without belief, you quit before results appear. Belief keeps you moving. Belief turns failure into feedback. Belief turns effort into mastery. Nobody becomes wealthy accidentally. Nobody builds assets without conviction. Nobody wins without believing first that they can. Action, the bridge between dreams and wealth. Knowledge alone is not enough. You can read every book. You can watch every video. You can study millionaires endlessly. But nothing changes until you act. Action creates momentum. Action creates progress. Action teaches faster than theory. You do not need a perfect plan. You do not need to know every step. You only need to take the next step. Step by step, wealth is built. Step by step, confidence grows. Step by step, opportunities appear. You cannot think your way to wealth. You must build your way there. Summary of Part 1. Wealth begins with mindset, not money, not luck, not talent. A wealth mindset includes long-term thinking, responsibility, learning, belief, consistent action. With this mindset, you can build the 6 assets that create lasting wealth.
This is the foundation. Part 2. The first three assets: skills, income, and digital leverage. Wealth building begins with assets. Assets are things that grow in value. Assets are things that generate income. Assets help you earn even when you are not working. The poor collect liabilities. The wealthy collect assets. When you are starting from zero, the first assets you build are not financial. They are personal. They are internal. They are skills, habits, and systems that make wealth possible. There are 6 proven assets that lead to real riches. In this section, we focus on the first 3. These 3 are the foundation. They are the beginning of every financial transformation. You cannot skip them. You cannot replace them. You must build them. The first asset is skill. The second is income. The third is digital leverage. Each one builds on the previous. Each one multiplies your potential. Each one takes you closer to financial freedom.
Asset number 1. Skill. The wealth you carry everywhere. Skills are the first and most important asset. Skills cannot be taken away. Skills do not disappear in a crisis. Skills remain valuable no matter where you go. Money follows skill. Opportunity follows skill. People who create value are never without options. A person with skills can lose everything and still rebuild. A person without skills may receive money and lose it quickly. Skills are the foundation of earning. They are the foundation of growth. They are the foundation of confidence. There are many skills in the world, but if you are starting from zero, there are 4 categories that create the greatest opportunity. The first is communication. The second is technology. The third is sales and persuasion. The fourth is problem solving and creativity. Communication. Communication is a universal skill. It includes speaking, writing, listening, and presenting ideas clearly. Every industry uses communication. Every relationship uses communication. Every opportunity involves expressing yourself with clarity and confidence. People who communicate well earn more. They get more responsibility. They build better relationships. They open more doors. Clear communication removes confusion. Good communication builds trust. Strong communication creates influence. Technology. Technology is the language of the modern world. You do not need to be a genius. You do not need to become an engineer. But you do need to understand the tools that shape today's opportunities. Digital literacy is no longer optional. People who understand technology can create faster. They can work remotely. They can automate tasks. They can scale. Technology is a multiplier. It makes your time more powerful. Sales and persuasion. Most people fear selling. They see it as pushy, aggressive, or uncomfortable. But selling is not manipulation. Selling is communication with purpose. Selling is understanding what people want and helping them get it. Sales skills build income. Sales skills build confidence. Sales skills open opportunities in every field. If you can sell ideas, products, or solutions, you will never be unemployed. Sales is one of the highest-paying skills in existence. Problem solving and creativity. The world rewards people who solve problems, not people who avoid them, not people who complain about them, but people who face them and find solutions. Creativity is not just art. Creativity is the ability to see possibilities where others see limits.
It is the ability to improve systems, build ideas, and create new value. When you combine problem solving with creativity, you become unstoppable. You think in terms of solutions, not excuses. How to build skills. You do not need expensive courses. You do not need degrees. You don't need perfect conditions. You need curiosity. You need consistency. You need practice. Read 1 page per day. Watch 1 lesson per day. Practice 1 habit per day. Repeat. Small steps compound. Skills grow through repetition, not intention. The more you practice, the more valuable you become. The more valuable you become, the more wealth you attract.
Asset number 2, income, turning skills into financial growth. Once you begin developing skills, the next asset you create is income. Income is money earned from work, services, or value you provide. But not all income is equal. There are 3 main types of income: active income, skill-based income, and scalable income. Active income. Active income is the simplest form. You work, you get paid. You stop working, the money stops. Jobs provide active income. Freelancing provides active income. Service work provides active income. Active income is important in the beginning. You need it to survive. You need it to fund growth. You need it to create stability. But active income alone does not make you wealthy. It is temporary. It depends on time. It has limits. Skill-based income. Skill-based income pays you more because your skill creates more value. People do not get paid based on effort. They get paid based on value. 2 people can work the same number of hours. One earns minimum wage, the other earns thousands. The difference is skill. Skill-based income allows you to raise your earning potential. You can negotiate higher pay. You can choose better clients. You can position yourself as an expert. Scalable income. Scalable income grows without increasing your time investment. It removes the time limitation. It allows earnings to grow exponentially. Examples include selling digital products, running online services, building systems, or creating automated income streams. Scalable income is the bridge between working for money and building wealth. Income is not the final goal. Income is fuel. Income is leverage. Income becomes the resource that builds long-term assets. Asset number 3, digital leverage. Multiply your impact without more time. Digital leverage means using technology to amplify your effort, voice, and value. With digital leverage, one action can impact thousands. One product can be sold many times. One message can reach the world. Digital leverage removes physical limits. It removes borders. It removes time restrictions. There are 3 main forms of digital leverage: content, automation, and platforms. Content is information shared to help, inspire, teach, or entertain. Content builds trust. Content builds brand. Content builds connection. You do not need millions of followers. You need the right audience. People who trust you. People who value your knowledge. People who see you as a guide. Content is long-term leverage because it continues working even after you stop. A video can earn views for years. A post can bring clients months later. A blog can build reputation over time. Content is a silent worker. It never sleeps. Automation. Automation uses tools to make repetitive tasks automatic. Instead of working harder, you make systems work for you. Automation frees time.
Automation reduces stress. Automation increases consistency. When you automate processes, you build efficiency, and efficiency creates scale. Platforms. Platforms amplify distribution. Platforms connect your value to the world. Platforms help you reach people you cannot reach alone. The internet makes leverage available to anyone. You do not need permission. You only need action. The shift from worker to builder. As you build skills, income, and digital leverage, something changes. You stop thinking like a worker. You start thinking like a builder. Workers trade time for money. Builders create systems that generate income. Workers wait for instructions. Builders search for opportunities. Workers rely on a paycheck. Builders rely on assets. This shift does not happen overnight. It grows slowly. It grows with every new skill. It grows with every decision to learn instead of waste time. It grows with every action taken with purpose. Summary of Part 2. You now understand the first three assets: skills that make you valuable, income that turns value into financial growth, and digital leverage that multiplies your impact and scales your earning potential. These three assets are the foundation of modern wealth. Once these are in motion, you are ready for the next stage. Part 3. The next three assets: investment, personal brand, and network. Once you build skills, income, and digital leverage, your opportunities expand. You now have the ability to earn. You now have the ability to scale. You now have a foundation. But earning alone is not the final step. Wealth comes not only from how much you make, wealth comes from how much you keep, how much you grow, how much you multiply. Many people increase income, but nothing changes. Their lifestyle expands, their spending grows, their comfort increases faster than their discipline. They earn more, they spend more, they save nothing, they build nothing. To create real wealth, income must be transformed into something greater. It must become investment. It must become an asset that grows without constant effort. This is the next stage. In this section, we explore the next three wealth-creating assets: investment, personal brand, and network. These assets are powerful because they continue working for you. Many successful people say, "I no longer chase money. Money chases me." This is the stage where that becomes real.
Asset number 4, investment. Make money work for you. Investment is the process of using money to create more money. It is the opposite of spending. Spending ends. Investment grows. Many people fear investing. They fear losing money. They fear the unknown. They fear the risk. But not investing has a greater cost. Inflation destroys savings slowly. Cost of living rises every year. Money sitting still loses power. Investing protects your future. Investing builds wealth silently over time. Investing rewards patience. There are many forms of investment, but for beginners, there are 4 categories that matter most. The first is financial investing. The second is business investing. The third is self-investment. The fourth is asset acquisition. Financial investing includes stocks, index funds, bonds, or other markets. You do not need to be a financial expert to begin. You need long-term thinking. You need discipline. You need patience. The market may rise. The market may fall. But over time, the trend is growth. Financial investing turns income into compounding wealth. Compounding means your money earns money. Then that earned money earns even more money. Time and consistency are more powerful than timing. Business investing. Business investing is using money to grow a system that produces profit. It can be a small business. It can be an online business. It can be a scalable brand. A business gives leverage that a job cannot offer. It allows you to build something bigger than yourself. It allows income to grow beyond your personal capacity. Business investing requires courage. It requires learning. It requires persistence. But the potential return is greater than nearly anything else. Many of the world's wealthiest individuals built their fortunes through business ownership. Self-investment multiplies future earning power. It includes learning new skills, taking courses, reading books, attending mentorships, improving health, improving mindset. Self-investment creates a stronger version of you, a version that earns more, thinks deeper, builds smarter, becomes harder to replace. This is the safest investment because the return does not depend on the economy. It depends on who you become. Asset acquisition. Asset acquisition means buying things that generate value over time. Real estate, digital assets, licensing rights, patents, royalties, intellectual property. Assets produce income even when you are not working. They provide stability. They provide security. They create long-term wealth. When you invest, you shift from earning with labor to earning with ownership.
Asset number 5. Personal brand. The identity that attracts opportunity. In the modern world, personal brand is a powerful asset. It is your reputation. It is your digital identity. It is the story people associate with your name. A strong personal brand makes people trust you faster. It makes sales easier. It makes opportunity come to you instead of you chasing it. Personal brand is built through consistency. Consistency in message. Consistency in values. Consistency in presence. It does not matter if you are an expert today. It matters that you are learning publicly, documenting your journey, sharing insights, helping others grow. Personal brand gives 3 advantages: visibility, credibility, authority. Visibility. People cannot buy from you if they do not know you exist. Visibility makes you discoverable. Visibility connects you to the world. Credibility. Credibility is built when you show knowledge, experience, and results. It takes time, but once built, it becomes a magnet. Authority. Authority is the highest level. You no longer compete. You set the standard. People trust you before meeting you. Your personal brand can open doors years after the work is done. It is an asset that appreciates over time. Asset number 6. Network. The people who multiply your potential. Your network is not just social contact. Your network is an asset, a powerful one. Your network influences who you become. Your network affects how you think. Your network determines the opportunities that appear in your life. There is a saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Nobody builds wealth entirely alone. At some point, success becomes collaboration. Ideas grow faster when shared with the right people. There are 3 types of connections you need. The first is mentors. The second is peers. The third is students. Mentors. Mentors accelerate growth. They reduce trial and error. They provide guidance based on experience. They show what works and what does not. A mentor can save you years of mistakes. Peers. Peers hold you accountable. They grow with you. They challenge you.
They support your direction. Your environment shapes your standards. Surround yourself with people who aim high. Students. Teaching others deepens your knowledge. Sharing wisdom reinforces learning. Serving others builds legacy. A strong network multiplies opportunity. It increases luck. It increases support. It increases clarity.
The wealth shift from personal effort to asset power. When all 6 assets are in motion, something remarkable happens. Your income no longer depends only on your effort. Your time is no longer the limiting factor. Your earning potential becomes exponential, not linear. You shift from working for money to making money work for you, from chasing opportunity to attracting opportunity, from short-term survival to long-term wealth. This is the stage where wealth becomes a natural outcome, not a struggle. Summary of Part 3. At this point, you now understand the full framework of wealth creation. The last 3 assets, investment, personal brand, and network, transform income into long-term financial freedom. You have moved from learning to building, from earning to multiplying, from working alone to leveraging systems, reputation, and relationships. Part 4. The long game. Protect, grow, and expand your wealth. Wealth does not stay. Wealth must be protected. Wealth must be grown. Wealth must be managed with intention. Many people lose their money because they think getting rich is the final step. But the truth is simple. Making money is step 1. Keeping money is step 2. Growing money is step 3. This is about the long game, the mindset, the discipline, the systems that keep your wealth safe and expanding. You are not just building money, you are building a lifetime of financial power. You are building a legacy. You are building freedom that lasts. Pause. Take a breath. This is where your transformation becomes permanent. Chapter 1. Protect your wealth. When money starts coming in, something strange happens. Your brain changes, your confidence grows, your choices evolve, but temptation also grows. You will feel the desire to spend more. A new car, a bigger house, luxury clothes, status, approval. But listen carefully. Money grows faster when invisible. Rich people protect their money before they celebrate it. Here is the order wealthy people follow. Save first, invest second, spend last. Not the opposite, not the emotional way, not the I deserve this now way. Protecting wealth means avoiding lifestyle inflation, tracking spending with honesty, creating systems to prevent emotional decisions, separating wants from needs, becoming immune to social pressure. You must build invisible armor around your wealth, not because you are afraid, but because you are wise. Money does not protect itself. You protect it.
Chapter 2. Create systems, not wishes. Wealth does not respond to hope. Wealth responds to structure. Systems build wealth automatically. Here are systems wealthy people use. A budget that matches financial goals. Automatic investing. Automatic saving. Debt elimination strategies. Emergency funds to prevent disaster. Tax planning to protect earnings. Insurance to avoid unexpected losses. Money loves order. Money grows in clarity. Money disappears in chaos. So ask yourself, is my money organized? Is my financial behavior intentional? Do I make decisions based on logic or emotion? A system removes confusion. A system removes fear. A system removes inconsistency. Success is not about doing the right thing once. Success is doing the right thing repeatedly. Chapter 3. Grow your money with purpose. Money sitting still loses value. Inflation eats it. Time beats it. But money invested grows. Money working for you multiplies. Money flowing expands. Your goal is simple. Turn every dollar into a worker. Turn every investment into a seed. Turn every idea into potential wealth. Here are ways rich people grow money long-term. Stocks, dividend-paying companies, index funds, rental properties, businesses that scale, intellectual property, licensing rights. But remember this: growth requires patience. Growth requires commitment. Growth requires faith in the process. The biggest mistake beginners make is quitting too early. They expect fast wealth. They expect instant results. They chase shortcuts. But real wealth takes time. Slow, steady, controlled. When you stay in the game long enough, the game eventually rewards you. Chapter 4. Expand beyond yourself. When your money grows, your mindset must grow too. When your wealth increases, your responsibility increases. This is the phase where you evolve into someone greater. A leader, a guide, a creator of opportunity. Wealth gives you the power to support your family, help your community, build businesses that employ others, create opportunities where none existed, change lives through impact, not just income. When you expand your purpose beyond yourself, wealth becomes meaningful. Money becomes a tool for contribution. Success becomes deeper. Your life stops being only about survival. It becomes about legacy.
Chapter 5. The Identity of a Wealth Builder. You are no longer the person who struggles with money. You are no longer controlled by fear, doubt, or excuses. You are becoming someone powerful. A wealth builder, a thinker, a learner, a person who takes action. Wealth begins inside you before it appears around you. It grows in your discipline. It grows in your decisions. It grows in your habits. Say this to yourself: I am capable of building wealth. I am learning every day. I take consistent action. My future is bigger than my past. Money works for me because I work with intention. Greatness is already inside you. This journey is your proof. Final message: your new beginning. You started this journey with curiosity. Now you finish with clarity. You know the assets. You know the mindset. You know the systems. You know the path. Your next move is simple. Start small. Start today. Stay consistent. Because wealth is not built in one moment. It is built in many small moments that compound over time. Your life can change. Your financial reality can transform. Your future can be greater than anything you imagined. But only if you continue. Only if you commit. Only if you take action. This is not the end. This is the beginning of your financial freedom. You are ready. Now, go build wealth.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Self-Study Every Day for more helpful lessons. Leave a comment and tell me what you want to learn next.